they just announced that Pedro Pascal is confirmed to be in the Mandalorian series. How do you guys feel about that?
As he should be. I mean, you know.
I just thought it was so comical that they had to announce that.
You have to announce
That's even a question.
Right.
I heard,
Oh my gosh.
I heard Sigourney Weaver's going to be in it too.
Yeah.
I'm happy to disappoint you.
Yeah, they're the only two I think confirmed in this
That's
movie.
been confirmed.
Yeah.
But I also heard someone say that they were wrapped up filming. So it's like, what's going on with this movie here?
It's kept under wraps. It seems like.
I'm pretty excited for this. I will say, I am excited for this one as a Mandalorian fan. And
Agreed.
I don't even necessarily need honestly that good of a story. I just need a good experience. The recent, for an example, that in my opinion, the most recent Deadpool movie. I'm not the biggest, I don't know everything on Marvel, but I didn't think that was a very compelling story. But I still loved, really enjoyed the movie because it was such a fun time. And I think that's the type of style they should I hope they aim for with The Mandalorian. I mean, I hope it's a great movie, great story, but as long as the experience is great, it could be a real hit. Like just have some, fun action, make it make sense, Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'd be really hard to mess that one up.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, Dan said, what did Grogu sign his contract to, or is he still holding off for more money?
It has not been confirmed that Grogu is in this series.
Yeah.
Other than the title.
That's true. Got you there.
Yeah, I got you
It'd be
there.
hilarious if we only had one scene. He was just pounding frogs or something going on about his day. His scene is he's at a buffet. Yeah. But this is, in my opinion, as far for me, as I'll just say this. I've told people this is the last chance. If they bomb this one, I'm done with them for good. That's it.
Wow.
So I'm gonna buy the DVDs and then that's just it. I'll just be done with Disney for good. So this is their last chance with me. So.
And I would assume a lot of fans, I think that's for a lot of fans here that have been burned too many times with Star Wars. And, in some ways, even The Mandalorian Grogu, the way they handled the third season, I think was kind of disrespectful to what had come the first two seasons. So, I mean, it still was good enough elements. I don't think it's as bad as some other things that they've done for sure. Right. But, I feel like a lot of people are in that same boat. And,
Biz made a good point because he's like, the story doesn't have to be good. And I would agree with that. It could be an 1.5 hour long mission of just gunslinging. I would be okay with that. I just don't want any stupidity going on up in here and stories that don't make sense. So, we'll see. We'll see how they handle it. But I am cautiously optimistic.
Ooh,
which is rare for me.
That is rare.
Wow,
normally,
really?
I don't lead on that side. So.
All right, I'm sold. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
The Puncher's excited. Wow, we can't possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
I know. I think that just gave me the most amount of hope.
Yeah, everyone knock on wood. Everyone.
Right. Oh man, that's good, man. That's awesome. Well, I think it could truly be great. I think Jon Favreau's throwing a lot into it. So
yes.
I was gonna say, I've realized, and it comes back to being a Bears fan. It's kind of like being a Star Wars fan right now. It's like part of me wants the Bears to lose so we can fire our head coach.
I hear you.
You're not wrong though.
Part of it, I kind of forget. KK still works there. How does she still
seriously?
work there?
Yeah, great point.
I get your reference. Sometimes you just want to watch your team crash and burn so you can get out what needs to happen. So
sometimes you got to burn down the forest for new growth to come alive.
My favorite saying in the entire world that I have coined myself is sometimes you have to let the kingdom burn to realize there's a fire. So
yeah, no, dude, for sure. Crazy that they have principal photography done. Filming done, but at least it does give them a lot of time if they need to do reshoots and really dial in the special effects. So
I had a crazy thought.
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, I might be way off track. Could they bring what's her name back from season 1?
Watch your mouth.
Kara?
No, I'm just joking.
Gina Carano.
Yes,
Gina, that is a real possibility. Although,
wouldn't that be awesome?
Yes,
I know she's suing them, and all of that is going on.
Yeah, she's
but
suing them right now.
still,
I think that's the biggest crux. I think if again, she's suing them because of Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, really,
Right.
when it comes down to it, it's Disney but it's Kathleen Kennedy is who was in charge of this horrible firing of Gina Carano, handled the situation terribly. There's so many things stacked up against Kathleen Kennedy that I don't even know. I feel like that just for that like lawsuit alone, she should be gone. Not even including all the terrible mistakes she's made with the entire trilogy or the entire Lucasfilm altogether. With everything across the board. She needs to be gone. And that would be the biggest, like, this is a new Disney Star
turning
Wars.
point,
This is a turning
really.
point. If they give Gina Carano whatever she wants, also Discovery's happening. So a lot of things are going to come to light.
She's just a lot more active, and I know she's in a better place now, but I'm just seeing a lot more from her, so it just made me wonder.
I think Favreau would take her back in a heartbeat. It's not him. I
Because
think
it seemed like even her and Pedro kind of made up.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they've been on good speaking terms. Go ahead.
I mean, in such a divisive time, would it not make sense to settle it? Duke and Chaz to settle it? Yeah, settle it. Take a settlement, and then bring her back. I mean, for once, maybe everyone can be happy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think she openly expressed she didn't have any beef with any of her coworkers. She just made examples about how they were able to say what they wanted to say.
True.
Because she believed in a different light. I want to see Bill Burr's character back. If I want to see anybody, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Gina's great and all, but Bill Burr's character, Migs Mayfield, he's the best write-in character for that show.
Dude,
ever.
He
crushed it.
Yes. One of the best scenes in that entire show, I know it's kind of controversial in some ways, is whenever he is giving the monologue, or the guy's giving the monologue, and he just blasts the dude. I love that. That acting alone, the facial expressions he had. I'm like, this dude's a comedian. Like, he's not even like an actor, and he made fun of Star Wars, and then they got him to come
Star Wars.
That was what was so funny about that whole situation. Nailed the role, absolutely nailed it, and then goes on to have some of the best acting in the entire series. Like, what? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That role, I mean, there's just some people that are just genuinely born to play roles, and that just happened to be one for him. You couldn't put anybody else in there. Because, I love Bill Burr in general, but he just fit it so uncannily well. So
I completely agree. Kind of a sleeper.
That's one of their very rare wins. Yeah, he's a sleeper character for sure. I'd say for me, he's like top 5 characters in that show.
Wow.
I would say he's pretty great.
Yeah, he is, man. He is. Dan says, still sad about Grief Karga. The film could include an emotional funeral tribute, and I see a lot of people agreeing with that in the chat.
Yeah,
for sure.
Very sad.
I think that's probably going to be one of the most disappointing things. The movie, just not having him, his presence. He's such a Mando. It's just that dude.
I can't believe that. I forgot about that. Man, that just stinks.
Yeah, that's another example too. Like, as far as the mix, he was really. I can't picture anybody else doing that role, to be honest.
Yeah.
So the stuff he directed too, like the episodes he did were really good. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he had a better take, I think, on Star Wars. I mean.
He had a lot of heart that he put into it, not just in his acting, but you're right, in what he produced or directed. Yeah.
He really cared about it, and you could tell, and it really showed through, and he wanted to, again, he respected the fans, respected what came before, and that's what he cared about. He wanted to give everybody a great experience in Star Wars, and it showed through, and he was so excited for it that you just couldn't help but get excited along with him. And that's what we've been missing with Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need people who are passionate about what they're doing.
They should just hire all of us. I'm just saying. I mean, we all again could make better. Quality control. We got the writer here, Biz, as well, the genius. And I
can just see it now. I'm just sitting in the back eating popcorn. This movie sucks. Redo it.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying, I think we could all probably do a better job. But I mean, the one gripe, or not gripe, but as a Star Wars fan, I think we all got to be at least, acknowledge that we're pretty hard to please, though, a little bit, like, at least to some extent, or like we're pretty critical. So it'd be like, I don't know,
right?
Because that's the thing. A lot of people don't accept the jobs anymore because they're afraid. Like,
yeah, because they know that it's going to be scrutinized so much that I think a lot of people have now. Well, especially now, they don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because they're too afraid that's going to affect their careers negatively. Whereas like Star Wars used to be like, I just want to be an extra in the background and that'll send my career higher. Now it's like, I don't want to touch it because it is polarizing and scary.
They almost gotta just take a chance on like an up and coming director that, like, it would like only help their career because they're almost that small. Like, they almost kind of just gotta like get a creative genius mind that has only done 1 or 2 projects and just kind of hope.
And you could argue that's still more of a KK problem than it is a director problem.
Right, the buck stops there. Yeah.
If she's strangleholding everything, then that's why I would assume people wouldn't want it, because it's just crap rolls downhill, right? So if you're playing within the constraints that you have and you're not allowed to go past the specific constraints, yeah, you're going to be criticized and crucified for it.
Exactly.
And that's kind of how I view it. So, I mean, that shackle just needs to be broken free.
Right.
So,
I think the only way we're going to see Star Wars come back is when KK's gone. I think at this point, that's once I hear that KK's gone, we hear who the replacement is, and Gina's back. When Gina comes back, if she ever actually does, I think that will be a huge sign to the fans that we hear you, we respect you, and we want to make things right. You know, I know they said that in The Force Awakens, which was it was the opposite. This begins to make things horrible. No, I'm just sorry, not horrible. But to your point, though, Biz, we are very hard to please. But at the same time, it's just because we're very passionate about this universe and we care so much that we can't help but scrutinize things. And to some extent, though, but at least for all of us, you know, we criticize we want to see it better. We want to see everybody enjoying Star Wars again. I mean, that we want to have fun together in Star Wars. I think some of the most fun we've ever had on this channel, I think you guys could probably agree, is whenever we're celebrating Star Wars and just talking about how much fun we're having in it. So, yeah, for sure. I mean, even
too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of all bonus. Like, we already have Star Wars, in my opinion, and kind of like what we like about, like, you know, 1 through 6 is really all you need, and then everything else is kind of extra. So when we get something that's fun, I mean, that's great. We want it all to be great, of course, because you don't want to make ruin legacies or whatever. But I don't think anything you can't take away what's already there. So, but yeah, even with like the Acolyte, there was one episode in particular where I had a great time. I'm not gonna go back on my words. Like when they went very dark and the choreography was fun. Like that was a fun time to celebrate. It didn't save the show or anything, but
probably the best.
We want to tell it how it is. You know.
Yeah, no, for sure, and that's a great point. And I did want to say too, if you want to hear some great content and see some great content, head on over to Bismo's channel. He's always killing it over there. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, subscribe now. Like everything. Tell him we sent you. You will not be disappointed. He's got some fantastic stuff up there, and you can expect balanced and fair commentary on everything Star Wars. And he brings his expertise, which again is why I'm so grateful he's here with us tonight. So thanks again, Biz, on that. And great point. Yeah, you got to praise it when it's good. That's the thing I think a lot of people miss. Like you're saying, you got to praise it when it's good. And you still got to criticize it when it's bad, but you definitely have to praise it when it's good, because when it's good, you got to let them know that it's good so that they can continue to do things that are good. Encourage them. You know, you don't always beat everybody down all the time. Nobody's going to grow that way. You know, you got to tell them, hey, you did really good here, and then they're going to want to keep doing it.